doing a live stream because I hate re-recording stuff. And I'm not going to sit and just I don't know, I just felt like live streaming today, all right. Anyways, today I'm going to be reviewing War for Cybertron Earthrise Sunstreaker here. So yeah, I'm going to be live streaming this. Anyways, let's get right into it. I'm just going to set this up like this real fast. All right. So, if you are new to this channel and don't know, I have my own version of the Transformers. So I have like a kind of like what Marvel does, having a cinematic universe. It's called Joseph's Animations Friends Cinematic Universe, or Universe Timeline Order, or whatever the hell. Anyways, a lot of the characters in my version are gender swapped, are what's it called, gender bent. But they also are very different. Some of them are from different continuities. It's mostly based on G1 though. But anyways, if you'd like me to make reviews again, like for this character, I bought this character because this is one of the characters that is in my videos, and he's actually a really popular, or a really reoccurring character, like one of my favorite characters to have in my videos. He's the one that goes, "Tremble before Taco Bell," or something. I don't know, dude. I just really liked the Cyberverse voice. But anyways, my version of Sunstreaker is a girl. But so if I like refer to them as she, her, that's why. That's why, because my version's a girl. So it's not that I'm an idiot. It's just my version's a girl. Because obviously I know the toy is based on the boy version. But anyways, let's get on with this review. It's got a goatee there. His head can turn. And all of that. You got a nice range of motion like this. 90 degrees. In and out. You can also move their arms up and down slightly like that if you really want to. And then, just like most modern Transformers figures, can go like that, can go out, can rotate, can bend 90 degrees. You can got an ankle tilt, the foot can wiggle, all of that. So it's got all the good stuff. Anyways, let's transform them. So obviously my first nitpick is they don't just transform like this. They don't just transform like this. Come on. Nah, that'd be too easy. Hasbro just hates making things easy. They've got to make stuff complex to the point that it's not even G1 accurate. So instead of like this, it's like this for some stupid reason. But anyways, we're going to transform her anyways. So first what you're going to want to do is bring in the fists. And then you're going to rotate these to get them out of the way. Bring down the roof, bring in the head, close that back up, and then you're going to swivel these around like this. Click those in. You're going to bring these parts down. Then you're going to bring this down. It's going to move outwards a little bit to make clear to... Sorry, I'm having trouble speaking English. To clear the 5mm ports, then you're going to tap it together like this, and there are two front ends. That's stupid. Anyways, next what you're going to do is, this is the bottom for some reason. You're going to rotate the entire figure over like this. And then you're going to rotate this part around like that. Bring the roof and windshield like that. Tap it together. And then you're going to rotate this part around like this, which I don't like there being two joints, just like on Knockout and Studio Series 86 Jazz. But anyways, you're going to bring these parts down and click them in. Then you're going to rotate the arms like this, and they will tab in like so. Mirror it on this side. Sunstreaker, let's not do this today. Okay. Okay, thank you. And there we go. I really like the Lamborghini Countach styled wheels. And this is clearly based on the Lamborghini Countach, but for some stupid reason, we didn't just get too many headlights, we got too little brake lights. There are no brake lights at all. Now, at first, the first time I recorded this review, I was like, for Siege, this looks pretty Earth-like. And then I realized, oh, shoot. This is Earthrise. So that means I can get onto it for not being accurate. What car has 2 sets of headlights, one of them under it? Oh, yeah, you're right. It doesn't have the spoiler on there. Thanks for pointing that out, Sketchy547. Yeah, so they're supposed to have spoilers, especially because the Lamborghini Countach has a really cool spoiler and they just didn't add it. So yeah, that is pretty stupid. But as you can see, there's no brake lights, too many headlights. I just don't like the parts forming. It's really stupid. But I do like that they added this detail here, which is also on the DMC DeLorean. But got this like tiny little window here. That's it's kind of pointless. Oh yeah, that is a good point. It would give him extra heals, like you could take it and tab it on the bottom. But anyways, he comes with this little piece here, which you can tab in here. If I can, okay, there we go. It's got 2 5mm ports on the arms here, and this is the way it's supposed to face. So like this, like an air intake or something. The original was like a bug catcher air intake thing that stuck out, kind of like a hot rod. But this one is a lot more flat, and there's 2 of them. So yeah, that's what it looks like from the front. It's got some robot junk in there, but I can tell that's intentional. You can see it in there. But yeah, there's a nice little detailing here to show that's a door. It's got vent here, the engine detailing here. And yeah, that's what it looks like from the back. Yeah, but anyways, I'm just going to set this aside. It does work as a weapon, but it just doesn't tab in the arms very well. Anyways, again, my nitpicks are, I wish they stuck to the G1 style. They do the same exact thing for, let me find him real quick. Where is he? They did this for Legacy as well. They didn't just do this for this character. They also did it for Legacy Drag Strip here. So, Legacy Drag Strip was basically, had a hip rotation. The original toy was just like this. He goes on his back, you're done. Just flip the top up, bring him down, yay, we're done. But no, they gotta overcomplicate it, give him a hip rotation, have all these intricate things. And I don't mind certain parts being intricate, but at the same time, I do prefer G1 accuracy to a certain degree. Like there's parts forming right here. But anyways, I'm going to put them away because this isn't a drag strip review. This is a Sunstreaker review. One thing I am a huge fan of, though, is the combiner Optimus Maximus, which I believe was introduced in 2016's Combiner Wars. There was a whole comic, and then there was the Combiner Wars trilogy, but it didn't show the combiner. And then you have them in Earth Wars, which I'm a huge fan of. I honestly prefer Sunstreaker to be like this as a leg. They'd go about here. Let's see, honestly, I'm a bit picky based on G1 accuracy. If it's meant to be G1 accurate, that's fine. yeah, sometimes it is nice to have a bit of a refresher, but like, it is nice to have a bit of a refresher every now and then, but if they're going for a G1 design, they should probably stick to it. Like, obviously, you don't want it to be too complex, but anyways, the reason I would prefer this to be G1 accurate is because, I mean, again, unnecessary parts forming, and it doesn't bend this way. If I wanted to do it Combiner War style, it can be an arm, but it can't be a leg, because this part is in the way. It'd have to go this way. But then, it'd make problems for that. That's what that comment said. But anyways, even though he doesn't actually combine, I will show how you could do this, because you can get pretty close with some of these figures to their Combiner Wars. They won't be able to click in or anything, but it's still nice to see it. So if you want to do that, basically you got to get these pieces out of the way, like so. Rotate this so you can get the cab here. Come on. This part's always super difficult for me. Bring it over here, and then, come on. Bring this out. Okay, so G1 would be like this. This would be, the toes go this way, so this would be the front of the car. But yeah, and then you would basically, I just flip these out because it looks cooler that way. And we're going to ignore this side completely. This is the top that we want it to have. But anyways, since this part doesn't swing around like it's supposed to, like in G1, we just gotta try our best. So anyways, gonna transform back into basically car mode. And I would prefer this side to be visible over this side, because this side, not a lot's going on. This one's more. Can sort of make a lag mode for 86B. All you have to do is, yeah. But basically, you tab in on this side, because Sunstreaker is usually on the right side, so I'd have them be a right arm. And then you rotate it this way, so the front of the car mode is facing that way, and then we can use the legs. And there you go. I will say that I wish that these guys could actually combine. It's just a missed opportunity. You could have him transform like this. Yeah, he wouldn't have any ankle action, but he would have all that stuff. But yeah, I'd have Optimus Prime transform like this. And then he'd probably have this thing that he did in Combiner Wars, but I'm just going to leave it like this for now. And it would look like this on the figure. If he could combine, that's what it would look like. But anyways, I think that's about it. I will say that if I ever get around to like figuring out how to make models for 3D printing and stuff, I might try to find a way to make the character more desirable for my show. Oh, and by the way, thought I should say this. I did make a post on my YouTube channel in my post section showing like realistic scaling, at least for my version of Transformers, and most of it being G1. Surprisingly, Superion being the whole rival to Menazor. Menazor was created to combat the Autobots that turn into cars, and Superion was meant to combat the Decepticons who fly in the air, even in their robot forms when they don't turn into things that fly. Superion would be extremely tall. Like, Menazor wouldn't even be up to their knee, which is ridiculous. I do wish that they would make some sort of toy line, maybe like a third-party thing that had realistic scale, but I don't know. I just feel like maybe that wouldn't work out. But it would be awesome. Anyways, yeah, this is the toy. Now I'm going to talk about the aesthetic for robot mode. I will say the chest is a little bit... I don't know. But they do have the whole, this part sticking up past the shoulders thing, like the G1. They had the stuff sticking past 5mm ports here, so you can do... just going to grab a random weapon, I do not care. You can do this. I have this mounted here if you want. Yeah, a lot of places to put weapons. Like we have Optimus Prime's Ion Blaster, for example. And it doesn't want to do it. Okay. Oh yeah. Whenever I got my friend Mega Goji Fan a Studio Series 86 Wheeljack for Christmas, and he like after about a week after I got back from on my road trip and stuff, I was like, hey, why doesn't this, how do I get this part to go around? And he's like, oh, you rotate it. And I'm like, what? And when I got this figure, I immediately realized that this is almost the exact same transformation as that Wheeljack. So that means that that Wheeljack is a retool, or at least shares a lot of the parts of this Sunstreaker here, which I just thought would be interesting to point out. But yeah, some of the yellow doesn't match. Like this yellow is a bit different from this. I think this is painted. This one is molded. So there is a bit of an inconsistency with the color. It's a lot more noticeable on camera than it is in real life, but I do still see it in real life. And then whatever this mess is about, I mean, I get what it's supposed to be, but I mean, there's some interesting detail, but I don't know how to feel about that. I like how these parts come out, though, to form like a heel. How well does he stand up without it? Let's see. Not very good. So yeah, these are really neat. Helps him stand up. I will say, though, that... oh, I forgot to click him. My bad. I will say, though, that these kind of do that, and then his legs are like leaning forward slightly, which I don't like. But it's like not that big of an issue for me. It's just a little nitpick, not really that big of an issue. But yeah, he's got his little Autobot symbol here, very nice Autobot symbol, all centered, all that. I will say he doesn't have any mirrors. I'm pretty sure the Lamborghini Countach had mirrors, but a lot of these toys tend not to have mirrors, so it's not that big of an issue, I guess. But I would have preferred it. Shit. I would have preferred him to have some mirrors, but oh well. But if I ever do get around to 3D printing, I'll try to 3D print something to go on here. I might try to... I'll add hair and maybe something for here. Maybe something for back here to make it look cooler, I guess. And then maybe something to tab into here to cover some of this yellow, because I'm pretty sure it wasn't yellow on this side. And then maybe a new footing here, maybe. But I don't know how to have a 3D model for 3D printing, and I don't have a 3D printer, and I don't have resources for a 3D printer to print either. So, yeah, I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. But it would be nice. Yeah, that's about it for this video. Make sure to check out some of my playlists. If you're watching after the live stream, there will be 4 cards here you can click if you want to check out my other stuff. But anyways, that's about it for this live stream or video, and I really hope you enjoyed this review. Anyways, see ya.